Hello everyone, and welcome to yoga. Today we're going to be doing a practice focused on the root chakra, Muladhara. It's located at the base of your spine, and it's useful for grounding, for feeling safe and secure, for believing in yourself. We're going to use some poses and some meditation and just help make this chakra come alive within us. Let's get started today on our backs, moving any props out of the way, moving any blankets, coming slowly and gently down to your back, letting your spine sink into the earth, taking the legs out long in front of you and your hands out by your sides, relaxing the backs of the palms into the earth. Just taking a moment here, maybe wiggling through the legs just a bit, allowing them to sink down into the earth. Taking a big breath here, a deep and long inhale. Relaxing the shoulders down to the earth. Just beginning to notice your breath here. Not trying to control, not trying to change. Just bringing your awareness to your body and to your breath. Are the breaths long and deep? Are they short and shallow? Are you holding the air in your lungs? Just noticing. Beginning to lengthen the breath here. We can bring both our palms to the belly and feel the belly rise as we inhale. And feel the shoulders relax down to the earth as we exhale. Exhaling belly button to spine, releasing all the air from the lungs. Feeling the air wave into the lungs as you inhale. The belly rises and the lungs fill completely. And the shoulders relax down to the earth as you exhale. Beginning to extend your exhales. Maybe counting the breath, inhaling for a count of 4, and exhaling fully and completely for a count of 5 or 6. Inhaling for 2, 3, 4, and exhaling for 2, 3, 4, 5. Repeating this pattern with your own breath, counting internally. notice any thoughts as they come and just letting them pass. Keeping your attention on your breath. And maybe moving your attention down to that root chakra, the base of the spine, the base of the pelvis. Noticing the weight of your hips into the earth. Noticing how you feel supported here. The ground rising up to meet your body. Picturing that root chakra as a ball of red light. Maybe letting that red light grow with each breath. Letting the red light fill your entire body. And when your entire body is a glowing ball of red light, just resting there for a moment, noticing that light, noticing how you feel. Still feeling supported and grounded. Still focusing on your breath, the earth beneath you. And when you're ready, we'll release the breath and the internal count. Taking a few breaths with your own pace. Keeping that feeling of groundedness and supportedness. We'll slowly begin to wiggle through the fingers and toes. Taking our arms overhead, we'll stretch through our fingertips, and taking toes to touch, we'll stretch through the toes. Inhaling deep into the belly and exhaling fully to take the biggest stretch you've had all day. We'll inhale to bring the knees into the chest and rocking from side to side, extending long from the crown of your head to your tailbone. We'll bring the soles of the feet to the earth, and we'll raise the right leg high, crossing right ankle over left leg. Feel free to stay here or thread your hands through your left thigh, flexing through both feet, elongating through the back of the neck. Staying here, maybe bringing the hands to the sides, maybe straightening through the left leg. Taking whatever modifications you'd like today. Staying with your breath. And when you're ready, gently releasing the left leg to the mat. We'll take the right leg high to the sky, stretching the heel to the sky, feeling the hips rooted into the earth. And bending into that right knee, we'll bring the sole of the right foot back to the earth. Pausing here and taking a breath. We'll inhale the left leg high to the sky, and bending through the knee, we'll bring left ankle to right knee. And staying here, we're bringing arms down by your sides, or threading through your right thigh, lifting your right foot off of the mat, flexing through both feet, elongating through the back of the neck. Breathing deeply into the lower belly. And bringing the right foot back to the earth. We'll slowly raise the left leg high to the sky, stretching through the left heel, and then lowering the left foot down to the mat to meet the right. Bringing both knees into the chest, we'll roll to our sides and pause for a moment, maybe using our arm as a pillow. Just taking a moment, maybe placing your hand on the earth, feeling the earth beneath you, thanking the earth for supporting you. We'll slowly rise up to a comfortable seated position when you're ready, taking your time. Getting comfortable, maybe sitting up on a blanket or a block, placing your hips slightly higher than your knees. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll bring our hands to our thighs or knees or comfortably in your lap. You can take your right hand down near your root chakra and place left hand into your right. Sitting up tall, we'll close our eyes. Just pause here for a moment. Coming back to your breath. Lengthening your exhales. Feeling your hips sink down into the earth. The crown of your head reaching towards sky. Just taking a moment here. If you'd like, while you're here, you can begin to thank your space. Bringing your attention to the room around you or to the floor beneath you, wherever you are, and just taking a minute to say thank you and to appreciate having this bit of time and this bit of space just for you. And maybe flooding the room you're in with that beautiful red light. The mantra for the root chakra is LAM. If you would like to repeat that to yourself in your meditation, feel free. We'll take one more breath on our own. We'll begin to blink our eyes open and maybe taking our hands to our knees. We'll inhale to sit up tall. And as we exhale, we'll begin to lean forward, taking our chest to our knees. Inhaling to arch through the back. Exhaling to come forward. Inhaling and exhaling. Just beginning to warm up the spine. Going as fast or as slow as you'd like. Making small circles or large. And maybe the next time you're at the back, we'll reverse the directions. Inhaling forward and exhaling to round. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. While you're doing this, feel free to invite some inner peace into your life, into yourself, into your space. From here, we'll come to stillness, slowing the circles, sitting up tall. We'll inhale the hands high to sky and exhale forward, bringing the chest to the thighs, resting here. Exhaling into the fold. Coming back to that red light, coming back to your breath, just focusing on the earth, maybe how your mat feels underneath your hands. We'll slowly walk our hands back towards our hips, and we'll reverse the cross of the legs. Take whichever leg was on top, on bottom. We'll sit up tall. We'll bring the arms down by the sides, and as we inhale, we'll take the fingertips tall to sky. And exhaling, we'll bring right hand down to the earth and left arm overhead, really grounding that left hip into the earth. Coming back to your breath, maybe walking the right fingertips out just a bit more, feeling that stretch through the left side. We'll inhale to raise our arms high to sky. And exhaling, left arm down to the mat. We'll take right arm overhead. Maybe walking the left fingertips out just a bit. Stretching through your right side. Really rooting those hips into the earth. We'll inhale to bring both arms back through center. And as we exhale, we'll bring right hand to left knee, left arm behind us, sitting up tall as we inhale and exhaling into the twist. Inhaling to raise the fingertips back towards sky, we'll take left hand to right knee and right arm behind us, twisting from the lower spine, the ribs, the shoulders, with head and neck, the last to gaze over the right shoulder. Rooting your hips into the earth, still picturing that red ball of light. We'll inhale to come back through center, raising the arms tall to the sky. And exhaling, we'll fold at the hips, bringing the hands to the earth out in front of us. Relaxing through the head and neck. Maybe folding a little more with each exhale. Seated forward folds are excellent to release fears and release anxiety. Once we are grounded and strong within ourselves, we start to attract like-minded people into our world. We'll be surrounded by those that are grounded, strong. We'll provide them and they'll provide us with a feeling of safety and stability. We'll slowly walk the hands back towards the hips. Bring our hands to our lap once more. Right hand on top of left, sitting up tall. Maybe tucking the chin just a bit. Using your breath, releasing any fears or anxieties with each exhale. Just letting everything go. There's nowhere else you need to be. There's nothing else you need to be doing. This is your time. Just bringing your attention back to your breath and letting any thoughts that arise pass. Breathing deeply and focusing on that red light right at your root chakra. Finding that feeling of stability, of groundedness. Feeling safe, feeling secure. We'll slowly blink our eyes open. We'll inhale the arms to the sky and exhale arms down by our sides. And we'll slowly come into cat-cow. So coming into tabletop, knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders, removing any props that might be in your way. Fingers are spread right wide like starfish, pointing forward on your mat, elongating from tailbone to crown of head. We'll inhale to drop the belly and gaze up towards sky. And exhaling, we'll arch through the back and push the floor away. Inhaling for cow. And exhaling for cat. Taking a few of these with your own breath. Going as fast or as slow as you'd like. Exaggerating any movements if you'd like. Feeling your hands sinking into the earth. The tops of the feet or the toes pressing into the earth. And on your next breath, we'll come back to a neutral spine, Taking the knees wide and the toes to touch, we'll send hips towards heels and fingertips out long for child's pose. Bringing the head or the forehead or the chin to the mat or a block. Feeling that breath rise up from the root chakra and exhaling down the spine. Noticing that red light traveling up the spine as you inhale and down the spine as you exhale. With each exhale, hips move closer to heels, really sinking down. Fingertips stretch out long. On your next inhale, we'll rise up, finding our tabletop, finding our foundation, feeling supported by the earth. We'll inhale the right arm long and the left leg behind us, finding our balance, noticing in this balanced pose that we still feel supported, even though there's been change. We can still feel grounded. We can still accept this change. We're growing stronger through the change. Bringing hands back to the mat, taking knees back to the mat. We'll pause here for a breath. And inhaling, we'll lift left arm and right leg. Finding your strength. Feeling strong through the change. Two more breaths. And bringing back to the mat, hands and knees. We'll take the knees wide and the toes to touch, sending hips to heels and fingertips out long. Pausing here for a moment in child's pose. Noticing your strength. You're able to find stability when challenged, no matter what the challenge. On your next inhale, we'll slowly rise up from child's into tabletop. We'll tuck the toes here, and as we inhale, we'll send hips to sky for downward dog. Stretching through one knee and then the other. Stretching through the backs of the legs. Eventually coming to stillness. Maybe bending into the elbows just a bit so you're not hyperextending. Bending into the knees to take the hips higher to sky. Breathing here. Picturing that red ball of light right at your root chakra. We'll slowly walk hands back towards our feet. We'll hang here in forward fold. And as we inhale, we'll slowly swan dive up taking fingertips to the sky, and exhaling, we'll swan dive forward. Inhaling, halfway lift, lengthening from crown of head to tailbone, elbows into your ribs. And exhaling, we'll fold. Maybe grabbing elbows here and swaying side to side. Feeling the earth beneath you. We'll inhale to release the arms and rise up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Taking a moment here, feeling the soles of the feet ground down into the earth. Exhaling the shoulders away from the ears. We'll inhale to take the arms towards sky, and exhale to take the arms down by the sides. From here, we'll work on some tree poses, bringing the right foot into the mat. We'll inhale to take the arms out by the sides and the left foot into the right shin, bringing hands into heart center. We'll pause here, taking a few breaths. And as we inhale, we'll grow our trees, letting our limbs sway in the breeze, allowing this change to come, but finding stability. We'll inhale to bring hands back through heart center and drawing the knee into the chest. We'll take the leg behind us, maybe bringing arms out to the sides for airplane. Finding balance, finding control. And dropping the right foot behind us, or left foot behind us. We'll inhale the arms to sky for warrior one. Sinking down into that right foot. Feeling strong, feeling grounded, making sure your knee's not going past your big toe. Shoulders relax down the spine. We'll exhale to bring the hands through heart center, and we'll open up to warrior two. Inhaling, we'll reverse the right hand and send it overhead for reverse warrior. Coming back to warrior two. And cartwheeling the hands down to the mat. We'll step right foot back to the left to meet in plank. Dropping your knees down to the mat, taking tops of feet flat to the mat, bending into the elbows, and sending your chest down to the earth. We'll take our arms down by our lower ribs, and we'll inhale to rise up, baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. And exhale to lower. Taking palms underneath our forehead. We'll pause here for a moment. Coming back to your breath. Feeling the body sink down into the earth. Feeling supported. Feeling grounded. Knowing that at any point during your day, You can come back to this position, just taking a moment, letting your body sink down into the earth. Coming back to your breath, extending through your exhales, and picturing that ball of red, beautiful glowing light right at your root chakra. On an inhale, we'll bring our hands down by our lower ribs. We'll rise back up to tabletop. And tucking our toes, we'll send our hips high for downward dog. Feeling the earth beneath your hands and feet, maybe bending into the knees just a bit to send the hips a little bit higher. Fingertips are pointed straight ahead. Gazing at your belly button or the tops of your thighs. We'll slowly walk the hands back towards the feet. Hanging here in forward fold. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows. Maybe taking your hands behind your shins and gently urging your head towards the earth. Feeling the crown of your head drawn to the earth. Finding a bit more space in the body with each exhale. We'll slowly swan dive up as we inhale, taking arms high to the sky and exhaling hands to heart center. From here, we'll set up for tree on the other side, rooting our left foot down into the earth. We'll bring our right foot to our left shin, finding your drishti, bringing the arms out by the sides, maybe drawing the hands into the chest. And on an inhale, we'll grow our branches. Maybe swaying in the breeze, accepting the change, knowing that we can still find stability. And on an exhale, we'll bring hands into heart center, drawing the knee into the chest, and sending the right leg behind us. Maybe taking the arms out to the sides. Finding balance, finding strength. And we'll drop our right foot to the mat. And as we inhale, we'll raise our arms tall for warrior one. Maybe walking the left foot out just a bit more, bending into that left knee. Relaxing the shoulders down the spine. Coming back to the breath. Coming back to your strength, your balance. We'll exhale, hands into heart center. And we'll open up to warrior two. Arms are shoulder height, gaze is over your left fingertips. Left heel in line with the arch of the right foot. We'll inhale to reverse the front palm and send it overhead for reverse warrior. And opening back up to warrior two, we'll cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Stepping left foot back to meet the right, in plank. Dropping to the knees, chest and chin. We'll inhale to rise up for baby cobra. Exhaling down to the mat. Inhaling to rise up. Exhaling down. Inhaling to rise up. And exhaling down. Bringing your hands underneath your forehead. Finding your breath, lengthening through the exhales. Feeling supported, feeling grounded. Finding that beautiful ball of red light. When you're ready, bringing your hands down by your lower ribs, we'll inhale back up to tabletop. And taking the knees wide on the mat and the toes to touch, we'll send hips to heels, taking fingertips out long for child's pose. Noticing in this pose that you feel a connection to the earth. Your hips are sinking towards your heels. Your fingertips are pressing into the earth. You feel stable, grounded. There's a connection. Breathe here, picturing that ball of red light at the base of the spine. Inhaling the red light up through the spine and exhaling the red light down the spine. Just letting it wave through the body with each breath. We'll inhale to come back to table. And tucking our toes, we'll send our hips high to sky once more. Stretching here, bending into the knees to send the hips a little bit higher. Making sure the fingertips are pointed forward and spread wide. Gentle bend in the elbows. Gazing at your thighs. We'll slowly walk the hands back towards the feet. And hanging here, maybe taking the big toes with your fingers and folding in, bending into the elbows. Releasing the big toes, gently hanging here. We'll inhale to rise up, swan diving the fingertips out towards the sides, exhaling the palms into the center. We'll inhale the arms up once more, and exhale the arms down by the sides. Taking each foot into the mat, feeling as though your feet are growing roots into the earth beneath you. You could shoot lightning bolts out of each fingertip. You have a connection to the earth. Standing tall through the crown of your head, gently tucking your chin into your chest to grow tall. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Pulling up on the kneecaps and in with the thighs. Maybe putting a gentle tuck in the hips. Feeling active and strong, grounded, stable, and safe in your mountain pose. Closing your eyes here and staying with your breath. Feeling your body, feeling its stability, its strength. Letting that red ball of light fill the room. We'll take one more breath here and then release. Shaking it out just a bit. Maybe marching in place. Really stomping your feet into the earth. Creating movement, taking up space. Feeling the earth beneath you. We'll come to a stop. Inhaling the arms high to the sky and exhaling arms into the chest. We'll take our feet out mats width apart, turn them out slightly, and we'll begin to sit down. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're here. Maybe you come to a block. You can place a block underneath the sacrum, resting here. Maybe you squat down fully, bringing your elbows into the insides of the knees. Taking whatever modification you need today. Sitting up tall through the crown of the head. Breathing here. Feeling the sacrum reach towards the earth. Breathe slowly. Feeling yourself being rooted, but allowing change and still finding stability. Still finding your strength. Two more deep breaths here. And we'll slowly bring our hands to the earth in front of us. And we'll come down to our knees. Taking our feet behind us and tucking the toes, we'll send the hips back to the heels. Sitting up tall, stretching through the arches of the feet. We'll inhale the arms high to the sky and exhale to row into the elbows, opening through the chest. Inhaling, we'll rise up, reaching through the fingertips. And exhaling, we'll bend into the elbows once more. Opening through the arms. We'll take the fingers out in front, arching through the back, and opening up through the chest. Inhaling, exhaling. And coming back to the mat, we'll take the tops of the feet to the top of the mat and just gently beat them out on the mat. Bringing the blood flow back. We'll cross our feet at our ankles and we'll roll over to a seat. Coming to the center of your mat, we'll take the soles of our feet out in front of us, and we'll gently lie back down on the mat. Taking a moment here, letting your spine sink down into the mat, letting the soles of your feet feel the earth beneath you. Lengthening through your exhales. We'll bring our knees into our chest. We'll give ourselves a hug and rock from side to side. And taking the arms out wide, we'll bring the knees over to the left and gazing over our right fingertips, extending long from the crown of our head to our hip and exhaling into the twist. Maybe closing the eyes here. And inhaling the knees back through center and taking them over to the right, gazing over left fingertips, exhaling into the twist. Bringing the knees back through center, we'll hug them. And taking your hands behind your thighs, we'll gently begin to rock back and forth a few times. Feeling your sacrum hitting the earth, feeling that root chakra coming alive. And then gently coming down to the mat, spreading feet wide, setting up for your final resting pose of Shavasana. Allowing the shoulders to sink down into the mat, maybe rocking the feet back and forth just a bit, relaxing through the thighs, through the feet. Bringing the arms down by the sides, but this time maybe bringing palms to face the earth, feeling that grounding energy. Relaxing the hips down to the earth. Elongating through the back of the neck. Relaxing through the jaw. Maybe gently swallowing here to relax the throat. Bringing the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the two front teeth. Relaxing through the eyes, through the forehead. And feeling the weight of your body sink down into the earth. Know that you're supported. Know that you're grounded. Know that you have everything you need. You feel safe. You feel stability. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, rolling through your wrists and ankles. Taking fingertips overhead and pointing through your toes. Taking the biggest stretch you've had and bringing your knees into your chest, rolling to your right side. Taking a moment here, placing your hand on the earth, coming back to your stability, telling yourself, I feel safe, I feel grounded, I feel stable. We'll slowly rise up to a comfortable seated position. We'll bring our hands into heart center. Taking one last moment here, picturing that beautiful red light starting at the base of your spine, filling your body, seeing the red light grow until it fills the entire room. Bringing our thumbs to forehead center, we bow as we say namaste. Thank you for joining me today.